Emirates, where we are right now, is using its vast oil money to buy up the rights to land in many African countries in order to sell carbon credits to major polluters. Just over a year ago, in 2022, a member of the UAE royal family set up a private investment company called Blue Carbon to facilitate the deals. The company's negotiating to purchase the rights to about swaths of Kenya, Zambia, and Tanzania. The Guardian newspaper reports the deal involves land about the size of the United Kingdom. Blue Carbon would then sell carbon credits linked to forests preserved on this land. Many critics have likened the UAE's plan to a new form of colonialism. We're joined now by Mohamed Ado.
Listen, family, our Africa leaders are selling our land to foreign countries. It's like selling our people in the olden days, creating jobs abroad for Africans to use to go and enslave themselves. It's like corruption in the Africa countries are not enough. Now they are selling the lands to foreign countries, no foreign people. We know about foreign people long time, but countries in large quantities. This doesn't sit well with me. I first saw the story article, I think it was, the Guardian's article, when I was searching for something. During the holidays, I couldn't sit down and make video. Some people are complaining that I'm showing them UK, excuse me, instead of showing them Africa. I couldn't sit at one place to make this video, so I'm doing this video today. If this is your first time, my name is Mambe, a Ghanaian living in Ghana and the UK. I want to share this article and this video with you. Please share your opinion. We need to be aware of what is going on. Many a times they do these things secretly because they know the reaction of the people. But we have right to react. When something is good, when something is bad, we have right to react on them. There was a story that Uganda was the country that previously Britain, listen carefully, Britain decided to give to Israel. Today, let's concentrate on what they are using to buy African lands. I wonder if any African leader can come to Europe and buy even an acre of land, if it will be easy, or UAE, or Switzerland. African leaders are selling our land in the name of climate change.
Permits that gives them the right to continue to pollute at the source. So if you look at it, the continent of Africa, with its 17% of the global population, accounts for less than 4% of the emissions. But we're suffering fast and worse the impact of climate change. And the rich world have promised Africa and other developing countries climate finance to help grow in a climate-compatible way. They failed to deliver that finance. Now they want to basically buy on the cheap African lands so that they have a pipeline of carbon credits.
So what happens to the people who live on those lands? Let's look at Liberia. They buy up 1/10 of the land, the UAE, this private company.
So what they're effectively doing is displacing Africans off their land so that they can actually be able to attain the right to continue to pollute.
Here, or wherever the company is.
This need to stop. This need to people wake up. Let's find out what is going on. They have made a deal to send acres upon acres, equivalent to UK, to UAE. But when I dig deeper, it's not just them, Switzerland and the rest. From the video I saw, Ghana was not among, but when I dig deep, Ghana was there. A lot of African countries. I couldn't believe it. So I do more research And I found out that other countries was doing this or are doing this, but in a different manner. They were selling their carbon. I'm no climate change expert. I don't know anything. Those big terms that I will leave it to Dr. Mr. William Ruto to talk about it. The other countries are selling the carbon, blue carbon or whatever it's called, by preserving their forests, by taking care of their land. The money they get, they take care of their land. They don't sell the land. What is wrong with Africa? Our leaders are rather selling those lands. The lands that belongs to our future children, that one day, in 10, 20 years to come, they will occupy. They are selling it to these people. That a time will come that they will put padlock on it. And as a Ghanaian, as a Zimbabwe, as a Kenya, you have no right. Zimbabwe, Tanzania. Sorry, my throat. I'm so annoyed. I've been angry for the past 3-4 days when I came across this article. They have no right to enter into these territories. Why can't you take the money and preserve the forests that the country has right to and the people has right to? Where are you going to misplace your population by selling those lands to these people that will claim they have their blue carbon in this area? This is their land they have, so they have right to pollute the earth the more because they cannot help it. Why can't they reserve their own land in their countries instead of buying from Africa? Have we learned any lesson from the past? I'm annoyed that in the past, they came by force. They beat up our ancestors. They tortured them. They enslaved them. They took over the land. Some of the land they still control them. They still get money from them up to today. But we can take them back. If we strike, if we get good leaders like what is going on in Sahel now, we can take those land back. But now, if we sell it to them, we can't because we have signed the agreement. According to the article, the agreement has been done secretly and they will sign it quickly because they want to meet the agreement that they did 2015 in Paris to reduce their carbon emission. So they have to sign this deal quickly. Giving them one, you know how some of them sleep and they sign away our countries, our land. It's unbelievable. Imagine in UK here, when you buy a house, the land does not belong to you. You have to pay extra money for the land. And I bet you many people in this country have bought houses that the land do not belong to them because it's not cheap. You can't afford both. Only few people can afford both. And some are not even for sale. You can buy the house, but the land, once it expires, you need to extend it. Please let's listen to what this young man who is fighting these people, whether he will succeed or not. Because these our leaders doesn't even give a damn about the future children. I'm surprised. Let's listen to this news a bit and I'll come back. So sad.
Failing to do that, they've also failed to provide the climate finance that the developing world requires. Now, to add insult to the injury, they now want to forcefully displace our people off their land so that they can actually be able to have a secure pipeline of permits to continue to pollute. So
permits to pollute.
That is what they are. So don't buy this false idea that they are buying carbon credits. There's nothing called carbon credit. What they're doing is actually commodify nature and in the process of commodifying nature, give people crumbs so that they can actually continue to pollute. And so the developing countries who have been promised climate finance that has not been delivered are now being asked to again contribute to the climate actions that the world so much requires, but through a false and a dangerous distraction.
So, Mohamed Ado, presumably the country has to agree to this. What does
article, it says that the right of a vast tract of Africa forests are being sold off in a series of huge carbon offsetting deals that cover an area of land larger than the UK. The deals made by a little known number of Dubai ruling royal family. Such deals can deny the right of people living on the land to make use of it for their own purposes, while providing unclean benefit to the environment. So, reading down, so far the deal cover a fifth of Zimbabwe, 10% of Liberia, 10% of Zambia, and 8% of Tanzania, amounting to a total area the size of the UK. In October, Blue Carbon signed its latest deal for millions of hectares of forest in Kenya. The company said it was also working on agreement with Pakistan. More deals are expected in the coming months. The carbon assets associated with the deal could be bought up by major polluters and used towards their own target under the Paris Agreement. Blue Carbon is based in the UAE, where the COP28 summit will begin this week. It has already done. They've done it already. The company hopes to credit from the scheme. So, from what I understand, when they buy those lands, it belongs to them. So, whatever blue carbon they get from that land, they will use that. They will use that as theirs, whereby they are polluting the earth. What they get from these African countries is credited to them. So, for example, if they pollute 100% and they get a carbon from 30% from Africa, theirs will reduce to 70%. It's sad. This is sad for our African leaders to believe that this will help the world. Somebody, this lady, woman, may her soul rest in peace, a Ghanaian writer said, "We have given everything, but they are still coming for more." Her name was Amber.
People 500 years ago, look at us. We've given everything. You are still taking. It's true. I mean, where will the whole Western world be without Africa? Our cocoa, our timber, our gold, our diamonds, our platinum, our whatever. Everything you are is us. I am not saying it. It's a fact.
They are still coming for more. Anytime they need something, they come to Africa. And this our empty head, like somebody said, leaders, just give it. Just give it. Imagine those lands that they are getting in 10 years, 20 years time, when they put padlock and they said, you don't enter there, you Ghanaian don't, you Kenya, even though this is your country, we bought it. Gone are the days when they took them for free. So you can use that. Now you sold it, so no court will say they can give it back to you in the name of climate change. People, up to when can we learn? Up to when can these leaders will stop disappointing us? I'm truly disappointed. Especially when I found out that Cambodia and the rest, they were selling theirs. to countries and taking the money. They don't sell the land, they sell the carbon. And they get the money to protect these areas. I can't believe it. I don't want this video to be long. Please, after what you hear, leave your own comment. I might be making sense, I might not be making sense, but the fact that our lands are being sold to foreign people, I will show you a map and the countries that are selling and those who are buying, an amount they are buying. Even that, I believe that's not all the fact over there, because those are made secretly every day. Europeans are also buying Africa land. It is sad. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to bring you this news, the beginning of the year. Let's hope and pray that there will be good news coming from Africa. Our empty heads leaders will wake up and do something good for the continent. This is too much. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you all and have a wonderful new year. Everything you plan for in your life, may God let it come to pass by the grace of God. Amen. Thank you.